Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca Kisidu. You are so welcome. Happy New Year. This is our first episode for 2021. I'm so excited for what is ahead of us, and I wish you and your family and your loved ones a very prosperous new year full of hopes and new visions and new blessings. Let's get right into today's topic. So let's talk about couple counseling. Couple counseling. You know, it's not a very popular topic that we discuss. Most of the time before people consider counseling, they're in trouble already, or it's beginning of their marriage and they consider counseling. But it's one of the things that, if you don't mind, I want to indulge you to consider that this year. Couple counseling. It's very, very, very important that we do that. Most Christians do not really look at counseling, or they frown upon counseling on a good day. They don't want to go, or even when trouble start coming, most people don't want to go for counseling because it's looked at with some negative vibes and connotation. But the Bible says that in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Counseling is very, 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 very important. During courtship time, people are too happy to consider counseling. So even when they go for counseling and things start to come up, most people are not paying attention to some of the things that come up. And even when they do, they just brush it off and they just make excuses for things that come up during counseling when they are courting. And that is what I want to make you aware of. If you're in a relationship, start counseling early. It is better to know what you are into. It is better. There's so many things that come out from counseling that will be able to guard your decision. It is better for you to know before you get into that situation. Counseling is good around this time because it helps you to identify some red flags. You know, most of the time when you start to, identify some of these red flags in people's relationship, or some people begin to draw your attention to these red flags, people think that, oh, they are haters, or they begin to think that people don't like them, and finally they found their better half, or they found their person, and then all of a sudden everybody's against them. So they call people haters, or they call them out haters. But when you go for counseling, you are able to get an objective view of what it truly is. Sometimes they're able to point it out, or sometimes it comes out while you guys are engaging in the presence of a third party. Counseling is for your good. It promotes safety. It promotes transparency. It's a voice. It gives you a voice of reason. It gives you a buffer in the relationship when there's trouble, when there's no trouble. It gives you a voice of reason. You're able to critically analyze things without the camouflage of these butterflies and the feelings, and know the real truth in whatever situation or the state of your relationship. It also prevents silent death. Many relationships are silently dying without counseling. We don't talk about it. We don't, you don't discuss it in the relationship. Everybody thinks, and the ones that are really, really sad is that when both couples think, or one person in the relationship thinks that everything is going well, and all of a sudden, boom, somebody is not happy, and they serve you a divorce certificate, or they serve you a divorce, or somebody wants to get out of the relationship and they are not happy. And most of the time you hear people say, I did not see that coming. And it's very sad. But by the time it gets to that point, the relationship had been dying a silent death. And so that is why it's important to engage in counseling. And I want to really encourage all of us that this year, if you've never, whether you're married, you're not married, you're courting, or you're even premarital counseling, you don't need to have somebody before you start counseling. I believe that you need to have somebody to talk to before you even have somebody in your life. That person can help you. That person can guide you, like a mentor. I call it marriage mentorship. You have a couple or somebody that you trust, that you can look up to help you in that area. And if you are married, please, your premarital counseling is not enough. Unfortunately, most of us who are married, the last time we had counseling was premarital counseling. At that time, it really didn't even matter because the dates were set. Nothing could change our decision on it. But look into it this year. Look into finding a counselor. Even if it's for, sometimes it's just a good therapeutic session that would help your marriage grow and thrive, that you can go and share. Even if it's just talking in the presence of somebody, a certified counselor or professional counselor, somebody you trust, that helps to solidify your relationship. And if there is anything in it, it has the potential to come out for you to address it. So why don't we do counseling? Why don't people engage in counseling? Marital counseling, paramarital counseling, intramarital counseling, postmarital counseling. Because of trust issues. We don't trust ourselves. We don't know that there are resources available. We don't, and especially in our churches, in our communities, we don't find that trustworthy person. But let me help by saying that for you to identify, there is always that person in your corner. There is always that person around you that God has provided for you. The Bible says that He will provide a way of escape for you. So look into that. Look around you. There are people around you. First, if you want to find a counselor, find somebody that can keep confidential issues confidential. Somebody who is trustworthy. Somebody who is of a reputable of good reputation. Because of the sensitive nature of things that tend to come out from relationship and even personal growth, you need to have somebody who can keep their mouth shut, who can respect your privacy, who can respect your confidentiality. So that is very, very, very important. Find that person. And most of the time, professionals tend to be good at this because that's what they do, and they know exactly how to engage you in that session. But if you are not able to afford a professional in your church or in your community, there is always this respectable person around you, or if you look hard enough, you will find that person that will be able to give you that reason, that voice, that wisdom that you need at every stage in your relationship. Another way that you can find a good counselor is find somebody you can respect and relate to. Most of the time we know people that we can respect, or we respect them to the point that we are not comfortable to share with them. And that seems to be a problem in most Christian circles or even African context. You respect the person, respect that adult, you respect that person, but it's not where you're comfortable enough to share with them your vulnerabilities. So that's why I say that it's important to find somebody that you respect and can relate to. Somebody that you when you respect such a person, you honor their authority. They can speak into your life. They can rebuke you in love. They can encourage you in love. They can give compliments and also be able to call you out. Somebody that is not afraid of your success and your accolades and your height, but can call you anytime and call you out on issues. Such a person is somebody that you can trust, somebody that would be able to call you out, and somebody that will help you also look for your best interest when you happen to be in a relationship. So counseling should not, like I already said, counseling should not stop at the premarital base for couples. We should all, if you're a couple, you should engage in periodic counseling. Honestly, you really should probably find somebody that you can do counseling sessions with at least once a year if you don't have any crisis going on. Just go and talk and find out, let the person find out from you what is going on in your relationship, in your marriage, and those things are quite helpful. If all these things are far-reaching for you, I will encourage that you surround yourself with good people. I want to encourage you to associate or find or belong to a trusted group of friends or family, a trusted group of people that you can share with, a trusted group of people who know you and you know them. By all means, do not isolate yourself. Do not isolate your relationship. Do not isolate your marriage. Be in a group. But let me sound a word of caution to you. Bible says that bad company corrupts good morals. Make sure that you are in a group. Make sure that the group that you find yourself in, they are godly. They respect your ideals. They have good values, good morals. They're God-fearing. All the things that you believe in. Make sure that group possess that. And I wish you all the best this year. Make sure you get into such or find a counseling session, whether your marriage is doing good or rocky or however place you find yourself. Make sure that you're talking to somebody. All the best, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you again. Bye.